So how is somebody a candidate for jail here? Somebody who doesn't work for Bank of Ghana. How is he a candidate for jail? Now you come and say that the loss has been admitted. Admitted by who? Have you even written a letter to Bank of Ghana? Admitted by who? We all know that the loss is there. And the loss has always been there. And but for your insincerity, you would have quoted from 2022.
Click TV Studios and Click TV Africa. Ya sign the Eshiemo Asam Akoso Asam Enifi and a Goldbod, Afenyo-Markin, and then the minority in parliament Akofa Asam Edi Abase Goldbod for Aboka over $1.7 billion. Nabusia and no and Akofa some kind of tussle be between CEO of the Goldbod, Sami Jamfi and Afenyo-Markin as a Akoya back and forth. Now wait and MP for Akwatia Honorable Bediako Baidoo Afenyo-Markin is on his own. Now the omo Afenyo no omo enti ase na empo dem minority fo ni bi mpo en support Afenyo. Now when we say Bediako Baidoo the ordinance na sebusia wakasa or ye eloquent or can asem said the etie okopie mu TV 3 na busunya or to be e ama Afenyo and the minority in parliament e had the busunya me say training issues nko a and ye di mu nko mesre wa subscribe like wo hu e be can Click TV abusunya e ho me on the 16th of October busunya ye donation. What you say? We are visiting one of the orphanage homes at Ewo Suhum. The little that you can obey me, I hear Ediabuano, Mr. Wase, be part of this journey on the 16th of October. And a year to Sa and Amona say, a donation, a second donation at the Amasa orphanage homes. No, I say, this is 16th on the 9th of March, 9th of March Foundation, and a Munto year to say they support, say a prison for your support, on I say, only be year to at the Abua, want to bet me on numbers now, Mr. Money and a fucker bit me at the Abuano, Nayamfa Enco supporting, and Qualano, Nabusia, Bibi Becosubiano, and Yamiso Ebesho, Nentino, Yankoti, Honorable Bediako Baidoo, na Okanasem, and all responding to Afenyo-Markin and the Goldbod saga.
The purported response of the respected minority leader after Mr. Jemfi exposed the duplicity, the hypocrisy, and the blatant lies that were peddled for all this while. And you see, it cannot be said, any better than how my good brother has done. We must understand how this whole thing, because we can't keep discussing the matter without understanding the background. How did we get here? Why are we discussing this matter? Somebody spoke on behalf of a group, minority in parliament. And I think it's been over 6 months. This matter came up. I remember the session we ended before we came to the last one. There was this. That was when Honorable Kujo Oponkroma had tabled the motion in Parliament asking for Goldbod. At that time, let's be fair here, let's be honest, nobody mentioned Bank of Ghana. When these discussions were out there, people were denigrating individuals and all that. There was no mention of Goldbod, this Bank of Ghana. They said Goldbod. In fact, they simplified it, say Goldbod akoton gold aboka. You heard them. Go to see a tomboka. These were the things that were peddled out there. So we had to find out what was it. I was in the chamber. In fact, when these matters came up, we were a bit surprised, and we wanted to know what actually the basis was. But you see, let it also be put on record that at no point did the majority resist any move for the Goldbod to be held accountable or to be brought to Parliament to answer any question. It didn't happen.
You didn't resist it?
No, we didn't. We resisted the vehicle. Check their hands out. We resisted the vehicle.
And at that time, what vehicle were they?
Yes, they said there should be a bipartisan, whatever, a 9-member. That was the content of the motion. That there should be a 9-member committee made up of NDC and MPP go and sit. And then we said no. If there has been any financial whatever as you claim, surely it should be in the books of that entity. And the books will surely go through an audit by the Auditor General, which Auditor General's report eventually would land at the doorstep of Parliament. And the Public Accounts Committee would have the opportunity of dealing with it, which committee is headed by the same one of the people who are all over the place saying all kinds of things. Honorable Abner Asare. It's not headed by James Agaga or Muhammad Yariga or myself. So what was the issue? So we said that, wait, let whatever be, what we didn't know. So let whatever come through the audit report, and then you have an opportunity of dealing with it. They said no, they want a bipartisan. What, you know the history of these bipartisan ad hoc committees. What becomes of their report? Let anybody tell me one, just one, of such reports that has yielded anything for us. It becomes partisan. To the extent that the very last, I think, cash for seat or so, both parties, I mean, the minority, majority came up with different reports, if you remember. So if indeed you are calling for accountability, the vehicle should be the established, in fact, when you read, I think, 262 of our standing orders, it says that it is only where we don't have, or the matter does not come under a committee that exists already in our books. You go for an ad hoc committee. We have Public Accounts Committee. You are talking about finances. And you say we should establish an ad hoc committee. Is it not pure politics you are trying to do? So we saw it from day one, and we said no. So that was it. Nobody has said that. And indeed, even Bank of Ghana, the Public Accounts Committee would have an opportunity of dealing with their books through the Auditor General. So what is the point? So that must be said. But then they kept saying that Goldbod. The discussion has always been around Goldbod, according to the minority. And that is why we must put the matters in the right perspective to expose them for what they have done. And like my senior said, no, nowhere did they say that, or did the IMF, the report they rely so much on as their Bible, that it is Goldbod that incurred the loss, or it is sitting in the books of Goldbod. If it's not in their books, if they didn't incur the loss, then why would you even ascribe, to the extent that you are even calling somebody a candidate for jail? Was that not?
That was very unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate. The minority leader, I mean, these things are for food soldiers. You stood in front of the cameras and you called a person and you said I heard him subsequently, OKFM and then other places, he didn't mention the name of Samuel. Who else? Who else? So you see, this is what we should call them out for. Very responsible, with the greatest respect to him. I respect.
I don't tell you, Okan, you know, na obey them say, a quanya, a Goldbod, and Bank of Ghana, first a year, you say, NIT. Bank of Ghana, Edisika, I'm a good boss, Koto good if I better. Goldbod need the Obeko Akoto gold no, or the barrier, the good, the Bank of Ghana forever fast or very good, the enfant home, some Benyan Faswa, some Eboka, and form home, or more the Omakoto Edia, but only year or more beauty, a cabia bachida, your first born and more good board.
To make it simple, for the sake of our viewers, of course, the economists, they make the thing a bit complex. To make it very simple, as has been said, take this money, go and buy the gold and bring it to me. Bring it to me. In fact, Goldbod is not even a party to the arrangement in terms of taking the gold to outside the shores of the Republic. They don't even sit in meetings to discuss how much the gold should be sold. Is it possible for me to incur costs when I've not sold anything?
Abusia enchiremu aha ya pa Bediako Baidoo Esquire MP for Akwatia and so Eddie back concern Afenyo-Markin and there is a gold in sensema a HON or because Afenyo is on his own. Now the oil and sabi MP minority phone bin and supporting no. Omo ente the Afenyo air na se. Na be a some kind of personal ayibi na bia e da one same jamfi entam. And also all the enchiremu ebaye.
Yes. That the respected minority leader is on his own. Where are his policies?
How do you mean he's on his own?
No. In all this, my brother, yes, is with the MPP, but this is a minority affair. Is he one of them? Yes. Where are they? How many have you heard? I've been on programs where I was expected to meet with my colleagues on there. They never showed up. Watch the space. Why have they left their respected minority leader to be on his own? No, I'm just asking a harmless question. He would respond. But this is a minority, yes, this is a minority issue. Minority in parliament. Where are they? I was on Joy FM 2 days ago. He never showed up. I was on Adom. He never showed up. UTV, they never showed up. And the minority leader, no, I don't know. They themselves didn't know. They called them, they didn't come. Minority leader is the one hopping from one radio station, TV station to the other. Minority leader.
Na ese abusuan de ekoso enra ensem na media fi kan ese afenyo extortionist na oye blackmailer no afenyo so e release bi make post bi on his Facebook wall or kase obesu media fi or minister say we can see media asem no be kokopiem e court na media fi aba be yi ne ho ano how and where or no afenyo blackmailing no and answer how he became extortionist. And also or the response idea. But you know, we are looking for because we are we are trying say because on the 16th of October your first donation. Mr. Wase be part of it. 9th March Foundation. You two sa anamono. Mr. Wa se beka ho your second donation no beka ho man na you betime edia bo bia numbers na wo ho no mo de contact yen na ebeso yasne ye di kakra yen so ye wo no fa wo de beka ho na yen fa anigye ne sere ne wo de enhye mo fan ano ye besan hia.